All right, I am giving you the information so that you can start constructing your infographic and making sure that you have all the requirements met for this project. So goals for this presentation are I'm going to go over the infographic requirements. I'm going to have you start your infographic by setting up your PowerPoint. Of course, remind you of what sources you need to use. So your infographic. Everyone who turns in an infographic needs to have the same information on that infographic. It needs to have a title, somehow title of your infographic. Maybe that's your president's name. Maybe the title explains the intent of your infographic, like what your president's impact was. You can be creative with that. It has to have a very clear title on your infographic. It also needs to have a heading that includes your name, class period, teacher, just like you normally do. That heading can be in there somewhere, but it should be obvious. Maybe it's towards the bottom, maybe it's top right-hand corner. Doesn't matter to me. I should be able to know whose infographic it is. And then it needs to include a list of sources that you used. You're going to turn that in on a separate sheet of paper, but just make sure that you've taken the time to put together your sources. Use EasyBib or another program to put all your lists together, all your sources together into some kind of Works Consulted document. Now the PowerPoint you're going to use for making your infographic, I need it to have a specific format. So we're going to draw all of our infographics in PowerPoint, and here's how I want you to set it up. First thing you're going to do is you're going to go into PowerPoint on your laptop, and I want you to open up PowerPoint, start a new presentation, and immediately go into Save As. When you go into Save As, I want you to give your PowerPoint a specific name. I want you to start with your teacher's last name, then put the class period, so period 1, period 3, whatever that is. Put the last names of you, and if you're in a class that's using groups, put all the last names of the group members, just put them all together as one word. And then put your president's name. So here's an example. The Jones, period 1. 2 people were in that group. It's Smith and Adams. That's their last name, so we did Smith Adams. Then we said Washington. And then the PPTX is just because that's what PowerPoint does for it. So again, teacher, period X, last names. Now once you do that, you're going to go up to the Design tab, and you're going to choose the Page Setup option, which you can see is right there. That's where I want you to go. And I want you to adjust the width and the height of your PowerPoint. It just depends on how you want it to look. If you're going to do a PowerPoint that's kind of long like this, like a large rectangle, then you're going to do 12 by 18, 12 inches wide, 18 inches high. If you're going to do an infographic that's tall, then I want you to do 18 inches high and 12 inches wide. So it just depends on how you're doing it. Height, width, make it work, but decide how you want it to look. Now because I want you to do this, we're going to leave this slide up here, and when you are ready to continue, then move on through this video. So right now, pause the video. Once everyone has their PowerPoint set up, move on. All right, now that everyone has their PowerPoint set up, let's go ahead and talk about creating your infographic. You've already sketched it out. You know what it should look like. You know what information you're going to include. This is the part that should go a little bit faster because you're not thinking about what you want to include. You're thinking about just how you're going to make your design work. So remember, you have to have a clear format in your infographic. It should be a category, a process-based, a location, or a timeline, and it should be obvious which one it is. It should have a clear look. How you arranged your information makes it look exactly like your topic. And it should also, if you're going to include graphics on there, they should be clear and they should support the theme and the type of infographic you have. Not just random stuff put on there, but it all works together. And remember, you do not have to have any kind of artistic ability. You can do so many things with very basic shapes. Shapes can communicate all kinds of information. If you take a square, add it to a circle, well, that can turn into a person. And how you arrange those people can mean lots of different things. So think in your mind what these different arrangements of people might mean. This has one type of meaning. This can mean something else. This can also have meaning associated with it. If I put a person like this, does that mean something different than if I put a person like that? What if I change the colors of everyone? What does that mean? And that's what it means to you. You also might have to let your audience know what that means, but you, again, I didn't have to actually draw a face or a body. I could just take some basic shapes in PowerPoint, and all these different ideas and images have meaning behind them. So I said that I was going to create my infographic. I was going to do it on my favorite things. It was going to look like pizza, and I wanted to do it in PowerPoint so you could see how it can work in PowerPoint. So this is how my final infographic ended up turning out. All in PowerPoint or using images I found online. I included a key so people could understand what I was trying to say. I have all my categories labeled, tried to make it look like what I wanted to make it look like. I'm very happy with it, and I would hope that whatever infographic you make, you would be happy with also. So just last things for today. Good luck with making your infographic. Have fun, and of course, be creative. If you need more help, please definitely ask for it. But let's see what you can do. Let's see what you can create. And I'm really excited to see how your infographics turn out. Thanks and good luck.